heading our way. So I thought what I would do is jump on a bit earlier and hopefully get the live video done before the storm actually hits. So welcome to my YouTube channel and to my Facebook pages, so wherever you're watching from. My name is Donna Gray and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the scenic rim in Queensland. So it takes a little while for you to get the notification that I've gone live. So when you get the notification, please jump on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I know that the time confusion is a little bit hard with daylight savings happening in certain states and not in other states. So it gets a little bit confusing. So whenever you're thinking about what time is it that I'm actually going live, all you've got to do is on an iPhone, put in Brisbane, Australia time, and that will actually tell you the time that I'm on. So welcome. I can see a couple of you are joining me now. So please say hello when you jump on. Let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Margaret. So I do apologize. I am on earlier, but I wanted to jump on before the storm hits. So I know I'm 30 minutes early. I know. So I'm sorry if you organized your afternoon around what time I was going to go live, but I wanted to jump on because I'm super excited about what I'm showing you today. And I really didn't want to have to stop because the internet drops out because of the storm. So hopefully we will be able to continue, and hopefully I will get my live video done before the storm hits. And how is it out your way, Leslie? It's very dark out the back of my place. Like, it looks like it's been like it for a good part of the afternoon, but yeah, it's looking not too pretty out there. So welcome. It's good to see me back. I know I've been missing in action. Of course, life has been busy. I've been busy in my craft studio. There's been so many things that have been happening and trying to catch up. It's very hard to be building my craft studio as well as trying to work full time like I do. So there's only so many hours in the day. And oh, that's right, you are too. Sorry, I forgot about that. I'm so sorry, Leslie. I hope everything's going okay up there for you. It's been super, super hot. Where is Theo? He is actually laying here on the floor. There he is. He's here. He's like, I'm here, I'm watching. He's here and he's crafting with us. So yes, and you can always tell when it's hot. He lays on the bed with the stomach up, totally like trying to air the stomach, trying to keep cool. So he's feeling it too. I think we all are. So the air conditioner's been running overtime. Thank the Lord for solar power. That's all I can say. I'm super glad that I have solar power put on my house, because I don't feel as guilty using the air conditioner of a day. So hey, Susan, how you going? So we have Margaret, we have Heather, we have Christine. Hello, welcome. We've got Leslie, Susan, Maureen. Hello, Maureen. Lovely to see you. So welcome, everyone. I'm actually going to use the translucent florals this afternoon, because it is actually going to be my next stamp camp for November. So Kayla McCauley and myself do this awesome stamp camp that we create some beautiful projects. And the last time I was live, I actually showed the a sneak peek of the projects that we did for October, which we used the Oh Holy Night suite. We're actually using the designer series paper that is called Delightful Floral, which is this one here. It's the one that actually goes with the translucent floral. So I thought, what better way but to actually create some things with it this afternoon. And I've had quite a few people join my team this month, so I wanted to create some gorgeous cards to send out to them to welcome them to our team. So I thought, what better way of killing two birds with one stone and actually jumping on and doing a live video and being able to create the cards that I need to create anyway. So your daughter is up on the Gold Coast on her honeymoon, Margaret. Well, that's awesome. But I'm not sure about the storm, how it looks like a doozy, but it may just fizzle out. I don't know. I've looked at the bomb radar and I feel like it's actually going below us. Like, I feel like we're probably on the edge of it. So anyway, I thought I would just jump on. You know what? I wanted to hang out with some crafty people and do some crafting, so why not? So I know that a lot of you are probably asking what the update is on the craft studio. So the update is we were supposed to be getting the end of it that was the garden lawn locker end and the toilet of the craft studio done. Well, we got 1.5 walls in, and we got a window in, and we made all the framework. So we're actually ready to sheet that. So in 3 days, we did pretty well to actually get to the level that we got to with it. And we were going to work on it again this week, but then I was so busy. Mum and Dad were busy, and Dad said, I think I'm going to leave it until next week. So next week we'll be building again, I think. I'm not real sure. And luckily, my brother is home from, well, he will be home from around Australia trip, so we'll actually have an extra helping hand, which will be really, really awesome. So my father has asked him to come and help us, so we might get things done a lot quicker if we have an extra hand helping us. So I will give you updates as much as I can. There was not much to show, so I didn't really it's just one end. So once I actually get some more walls and things in it and it's more to show, I will definitely show some pictures. So welcome everyone. All right, so let's get started. So of course, you know, we have a great joining offer this month. So the joining offer is fantastic. So you get either 35% off the price of the starter kit, or you get 35% more products. So it's your choice. There's 2 different starter kits. The beauty of actually joining this month as well is that you get all of the remaining quarter of this quarter and the whole next quarter. So you don't actually have to make your quarterly amount until April, January, February, March next year. So you will be guaranteed a discount, and no matter what, until the end of April next year. No matter how much you spend, you will definitely get a 20% discount. So it's a really, really great offer. So if you've got things on your wish list that are more than even $110, more than $110, you can get the starter kit. You can get $235 worth of product for $109.85, I think it is. And then you can also get the 35% more offer, or you can choose one or the other. And the 35% more offer is, I'm thinking I had the amounts here. Hang on, it's $317 worth, I think. Let me see if I can find my bits of paper. Here we go, $317.25. So 35% more is $317.25 worth of product, and you only pay $169. Or you can choose the cheaper price, $109.85, and get $235 worth of product. So it's a great time to join, great time to get a discount off your products, and a great time to join a crafty community. So I always say there is never a reason to not have a discount. There's no matter what, there is never a reason to not have a discount. So I would love to invite you into my Wild Heart Crafters team. There's quite a few of the Wild Heart Crafters on here today watching. So it's a great thing to be a part of a crafty community. It's the friends that we make along the way. And I think 7.5 years ago, when I actually made the decision to join Stampin' Up, never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I would be doing it as my full-time job. But it was probably one of the best decisions I actually made in my life. And my life has been so much richer, not richer as in money, but richer as in friendships, and the quality has been so much better since I've had Stampin' Up in my life. I've met some lovely special people through this awesome company. All right, so let's pop the camera down and we will have a look at what we're going to craft with today. Hey Beryl, how you going? Raylene, hello from Adelaide. Welcome. Okay, I have no idea why my camera, that's why, because it's moved a bit. Let's straighten that up a bit. Okay, now we're right. I was wondering why you could actually see the top of my camera in my screen, and I thought it's not normally that low, but it decided to go a bit lazy on me. So this is the translucent floral stamp set. So it's a distinctive stamp set. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see here it's a bright array of colors. So if you're wondering about our stamp camp that we're doing, it's an in-person event if you wanted to come here to Bow Desert and do it. It's at a flat rate fee of $90. Now, it's not a subscription rate, so you don't actually have to subscribe. You can choose which month you want to do it, whatever we're doing. But Kayla and I are actually using these gorgeous products for November. So you will get the pack of designer series paper. You will get, we've decided to use a roll of the black and white check ribbon. You will also get a pack of the tinsel gems, which is the 3-pack of tinsel tinsel gems. You will also get a pack of the Subtle A4 mix cardstock, and you will also get a pack of envelopes, plus you will get a PDF tutorial and video tutorial for 8 gorgeous projects. And I am telling you, the projects from last month were out of this world, and I'm assuming that they're going to be the same again this month. So it's actually, and we're going to show you different techniques with this month as well. So we're going to be using a bit of vellum and doing some coloring with Wink of Stella. So if you want to be a part of that, the information is in the show more box down below on YouTube, and it's also in the description of this video on Facebook. And it is just called our November Sweet Card Extravaganza Stamp Camp. So if you want to be a part of that, by all means, jump on, register. As soon as you register and pay, I order the products and get them directly sent straight out from Stampin' Up to you. So we've got translucent floral stamp set, and it's got some gorgeous dies that go with it. So the dies actually cut out the beautiful flowers that you stamp. There's also some other dies that you can actually make some gorgeous flowers with some petals with designer series paper or vellum. So there's lots of different things that you can actually do with this stamp set. So what I've actually done is I've just picked a couple of the colors out, and there was actually another color that I didn't get, was the Pretty Peacock, because it is a gorgeous color to go with it as well. So just bear with me while I grab some Pretty Peacock, and I will just cut a couple of layers of Pretty Peacock so that we can mix and match and make our decision of what we want to do. So one of the things that I do when I first start out with using some designer series paper is I check the back of the pack, and I just look at what the colors are that are coordinating with that paper. So when you flip over our paper, and it happens, so there's our Pretty Peacock. So look at that. I'm not going to use Calypso Coral. There is Calypso Coral in there, and I think there's also Daffodil Delight, but and I think there's also Blackberry Bliss. There's so many colors in there that it's gorgeous. So if I turn over, we can look. We've got Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Bubble Bath, Calypso Coral, Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lolly, Parakeet Party, Pool Party, and Pretty Peacock. Okay, so I've just taken a few of the colors so that we don't get too out of control with what colors we want to use. Now I just want to show you this paper. So this is one of our online exclusives, this paper, and so you can see here we've got these gorgeous patterns, but on the back they've got some beautiful neutral patterns. Can you see that? So on the back you've got some gorgeous neutral colors, and on the front you have some beautiful floral colors. So you can see there we've got plain colors on the back and florals and leaves on the front. So very, very stunning color palette, if I do say so myself. All right. So I'm actually going to stamp today. I'm not going to use too much of the designer series paper, but I really wanted you to have a look at that designer series paper just to see. You're not late, Glenda. I got on early, so I do apologize. I actually jumped on early because we've got a little bit of a storm coming here, and I was a bit worried that the internet might drop out. So, all right. So I'm actually going to take I need some white thick cardstock because I'm going to do some white card bases, and then I think I'll just do actually no, I'm going to do some coloured card bases. I am going to do coloured card bases. All right, so the first one that I think I want to do is I want to do Berry Burst. It's my favourite colour. So I'm going to fold that in half. Now I've gone ahead of time and I've actually created some layers here. So I've got just the Parakeet Party, okay, and I've got a white layer here that I can pop on the front. So I'm going to do just a simple stamping, but you can see there, just that layering up. I absolutely love Berry Burst and Parakeet Party together. I think it's a really gorgeous combination. So I'm just going to bring in my Pierce mat, and I'm going to do a simple bit of stamping here using these gorgeous two colors. So I'm just going to use the, might use 3 colors actually. So I'm just going to mount up. I want a stem, and I want, I think, this flower here. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to mount those up onto a block. Someone's trying to ring me. Anyway, I'm just going to mount those up onto a block. Like so. Now, as I said, they are a distinctive stamp. So because they're a distinctive stamp, they have all of what that means is they have all of the pattern enground into the stamp itself. So it actually makes it so easy to stamp. They're going to look stunning. When I show you how these stamp, you will be like gobsmacked at how gorgeous these flowers are. So I'm just going to ink up in Parakeet Party, which I have here. So I'm just going to ink up one stem going that way and one stem. I'm just going to turn it around to get the stem to go the other way. Okay, so we're just doing, oh, and I've got a bit of a halo there, but it's totally okay because my flower is probably going to cover up over that anyway. Then I'm going to grab my Berry Burst ink and I'm going to ink up with my Berry Burst on that flower. Now I could, if I wanted to, I'm going to show you in the next card how you can change up the colors of the flowers as well. So I'm just going to do Berry Burst one that way. Look at that flower. Isn't it stunning? We'll ink up again and we will pop one going that way. Okay, two gorgeous flowers. Now, in the stamp set, we have some leaves. So I'm just going to grab the leaves out. I'm going to use the 2 leaves, I think, and mount those up. I'm going to ink up in the Parakeet Party. I'm going to pop some leaves coming out through here. There. I might even pop, I was wondering whether I could cover up that little boo-boo that I did there, but I don't think I can. And one there. Now, as you can see, they're not even touching. Totally okay. I could, even if I wanted to, I feel like I really want to cover that up, so I might even just add another lot of leaves in there. Okay, so we've got a bunch of flowers, a bunch of leaves happening. Then I'm going to layer that up onto a piece of that Parakeet Party. I'm going to close my ink pads. I have a shirt that's got a fair bit of white in it today, and I so don't need to get ink on my shirt. So hello, Leslie. I can see Leslie's joined. Christine's joined. Hello, welcome. Please feel free to share and give me the thumbs up because YouTube and Facebook absolutely love it when you share and give me the thumbs up. Now, who on here is it the first time that you have watched me? Let me know if this is the first time that you have been on and watched me. Tell me whether you're a first timer or someone that has been watching for quite a while. So you can see here we've got a gorgeous card happening already. Now, all I want to do is in this stamp set, congratulations. I did have another stamp set that out that I wanted to use because these are for new team members. So I really want to say welcome to our team, okay? So I'm just going to grab out those stamps. Now this stamp set, I don't even know whether it's still available, but I got this stamp set particularly just for when I have new team members and things because it's got exactly the right words that we want to say to them. So we're just going to do welcome and we'll pop that to our team. Where is it? To our team. There we go. You're a newbie, Maureen. Well, welcome. Where are you from, Maureen? Are you a new person to watching or a new person to crafting? Leslie's been watching me for a while because Leslie's in my team. All right, so let's grab some strips of paper that we can use here. So I'm going to grab now these are scraps that I use. And hello, just a gorgeous bundle. I will be making lots of cards with this secondhand engraving. So new to watching. Okay, so you've crafted for a while. And whereabouts are you from, Maureen? All right, so I'm just going to stamp I'm just going to stamp in our berry burst. So I'm going to say welcome in berry burst. So just there like that. Hey, Delma. So Delma's definitely a newbie. Delma's just joined my team. So Delma and I were actually having a chat today. So Delma has taken me up on the awesome joining offer just to buy her products at a discount and most of all, be a part of a crafty community. Mona Vale in, Northern Beaches of Sydney. Okay, yep. Okay, so welcome. Now I'm going to do to the team in our Pretty Peacock. In our parakeet party. To our team. Okay, so we have welcome and to our team. All right, so I'm then going to trim that one and I'm going to trim this one at an angle like that. Okay, so we have those two pieces there. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to put welcome up here and then I'm just going to put to our team down here. But I'm going to pop them up because I think popping things up on dimensionals just takes your crafting to a whole new level. So it's not a major thing to do, but it just changes things up a little bit. So I'm just going to pop some dimensionals. So our dimensionals come in a pack of 300. You get 3 sheets of these dimensionals in a pack, and it just makes your crafting so much better. So we have welcome. Now for this one, I'm actually just going to use the edge of these dimensionals. So I use every scrap of my dimensionals. So I'm just going to pull that off, pop that on there, and that's going to go down to the bottom. Very cold and wet there today. Well, gee, I think we could trade some cold for our heat that we have here at the moment because it's quite warm here at the moment. All right, so we have that. Welcome to our team. Now, just a simple little spritzing on this card will also take this to a whole new level. So I'm just going to grab my Berry Burst Stampin' Right marker, and I'm just going to, the brush end. Just going to take the brush end, and I'm just going to spritz just a little bit. Now, can you see how that has just taken that stark white look off it, and just by spritzing with the brush tip end of that Stampin' Right marker. So now I'm just going to glue that down onto the front. And then, of course, on the inside, we're going to pop an insert on the inside. Cold down in Western Australia as well. Well, we definitely don't have the cold. I've had the air conditioner going. All right, so we have that. Then we're going to take, I've already got an insert here, so I'm going to take the insert. Now, I always like to bring a little bit of the front to the inside of the card. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up that stem with the parakeet party again. I'm going to ink up that. I'm going to try not to get a halo this time. So I'm going to ink up that. Then, of course, we're going to take the Berry Burst and we're going to ink that up. And we are just going to stamp a cute little flower right there like that. So you can see that just brings the front to the inside of the card. All right. So let me just get that out of the way. So now it's just a case of adhering that to the inside of the card. Hey, Chris, how you going? And I'm just going to pop that in there like that. Of course, I don't mind doing a little bit of spritzing on the inside as well, just to bring that through on the inside. And there you have that there. All right, so we will actually embellish. Now I'm using these beautiful sparkle gems. We have black ones, we have gold ones, and we have silver ones in the pack. And I'm just going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm just going to pop the silver ones around. So I just want to pop a couple just around just to sparkle that up a little bit. And, of course, something that none of us can live without, a wink of Stella. So our Wink of Stella is a glitter pen. We can spritz with the Wink of Stella. So all I do is squeeze a little bit down into the end of my Wink of Stella, and then I just spritz like I did with the Stampin' Right marker. Hang on, I'll grab a little bit more. Got to be careful that you don't get too much. Okay. And then we can spritz on the front, and we can also spritz on the inside. And you will see, if I can get that to shine in the light, can you see all that sparkle? Wink of Stella is your best friend. Margaret, you do need to join up again. I just need to say the special is so awesome. You physically do need to join up. We've got how many days? What's today? The 26th. We've got 5 more days of that awesome joining special. If you've got $110, honestly, you can get $235 worth of product for $110. But the products are gorgeous, and we are actually going to get to see our new mini catalog. We're going to get to see that next month. And we're going to get to order out of that in December. So it's a great time to join. All right. And also, even if you join, they're actually giving all the people that have joined this month, they're actually giving them access to our On Stage at Home event. They're giving you free access. We had to pay for that event, and they're giving you free access to it as well if you join this month. So I think that's even more fantastic. All right. I want to do another Berry Burst card base. So let's do a Berry Burst card base, but let's change it up this time, and let's actually do a pretty peacock layer. So just bear with me while I cut that into the right size. Okay. There. Okay. So we have a pretty peacock layer there. All right, now I have a basic white layer that I can put on there, but I think I might, just to add a little bit more oomph to the card, I think I might stamp on it, but then I also might stamp and die cut some of these flowers as well. So this is a pretty simple card. So we've just got simple layers. We've popped up the sentiment on it, and that's about all we've done. I want to stamp again on this one, very similar to this, but I want to show you how you can step it up a little bit as well. So let's grab that with our pierce mat again, and let's ink up our stems like we did. So we're going to ink up one stem going that way, and of course rotate it, and the other stem going that way. Okay. Then of course we're going to use our Berry Burst again, and we're going to ink up our flower in Berry Burst. And you may be thinking, how is she going to do 3D here? She's doing the same thing. But whoops-a-daisy. Okay, now did you see what I did there? I didn't ink it up properly. I stamped off and I didn't ink it up properly. So let's turn that over. We've got 2 sides to every sheet of cardstock. So let's go again. So let's ink up one stem going that way, rotate it, and one stem going that way. Oh, and I just did a halo there again. But anyway, let's grab our flower. And I nearly did it again. But anyway, it'll be okay. Let's grab our leaves in our parakeet party, because guess what? I'm going to cover these flowers anyway. So let's grab some leaves. We'll pop some leaves in there, some more leaves in there. And we'll keep the trend happening, and we'll pop some up in there, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some scrap white paper, white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp some of the flowers. I'm going to grab a scrap. Okay, so I'm going to stamp some of the flowers, and I'm actually going to die cut them out. So let's just grab a half sheet there. Okay, so we'll pop that aside. I'm now going to ink up my flower. I'm going to ink it up properly this time. That's better. I'm going to ink up my flower, and I'm going to stamp it twice. Okay. I'm also going to ink up my leaves, and I'm going to stamp those a couple of times as well. So let's ink up the leaves. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we have some flowers stamped. We have some, there's no boa. I know, am I feeling well? I know, Sue. I am feeling okay, but I'm trying to show some basic stamping, and then we're stepping it up, and then we'll step it up again. All right, so let's bring in the cut and emboss machine. So if you're new to die cutting, which I know Delma is here, that's on watching at the moment. So Delma's actually, she popped a cut and emboss machine into her starter kit. So Delma, watch here now so that you can understand how to use your cut and emboss machine. All right. So first of all, the combination of the plates. Now, our plates always tell us what to use. So if we read on our base plate, so your machine comes with all of the plates that you need. When we read on our base plate, it says here, place die cutting edge down. Okay, so always when we've got a die, hang on and I'll open up the packet. When we have a die, to know what the die cutting edge is, you can't cut your fingers on them, but you can see here we've got a smooth side, and then we've got a side that's got that groove all the way around, okay? So that's actually a raised up edge. That is actually the cutting blade. Now, you can't cut your finger on it, but when it's actually going through the machine with the pressure, it will actually cut out the shape. So it tells us here on this plate that we need to always have our die cutting edge facing down into our cutting pads, okay? And it tells you the combination of what you need to do die cutting. So it tells you that you need number 1, which we have our plates numbered. It says you need number 1. It also says you need number 2. And see, it's always on here. It tells you. And then it says that we need 2 of the number 3. So number 3 is our cutting pads. Now, when you get your cutting pads, they're going to be super, super gorgeous and no cutting marks in them. And don't panic when you first cut into it, because the die is actually going to mark your cutting pads. So, and it's totally normal because the die presses down into that clear sheet. So, and actually it could help if I got the right die out to actually cut out these flowers. So let's get the right die out. So I've got that there, and I'm just going to line it up. You can see there, you can see where my stamped image is. Now, the best way to do this so that it doesn't move is to use a little bit of like washi tape, or you can even use a bit of sticky note if you don't have washi tape, but it just holds it in place so that when you actually run that through, it's not going to move, but it's actually going to cut out that gorgeous stamped image. Chris, you would join my team for the card? I would have you. All right, so we've got one flower cut out. So now let's take that over to the next flower and we will cut that one out. So we get that lined up where we can just see that it's even edges all the way around. Press down into that washi tape and run that through. And then, of course, we're going to have our leaves that we can cut out. So we're going to have 2 flowers to cut out. So we've got the second flower there. Now we will grab the dies that go with the leaves. Okay, there's the leaf die. Okay, so we are going to pop that. Now I'm going to be really tricky here, and I'm just going to put it on there and not use the washi tape. But I can tell you this takes a lot of practice, and most of the time it moves. But I've been doing it long enough that I get it just about right. Okay. So we have one set of leaves there. We'll cut out the second set. I probably won't pop up all these leaves, so I'm probably going to have some extra leaves left over for my next card. But you'll see what I mean when you see the difference in this card when you just have some stamped images popped up. Okay, so we have that. Hi, Regina. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Welcome. All the way from Germany. Lovely to see you. Thanks for popping in. What time is it over there in Germany? Okay. And the last one. Hey, Merlene. How you going? So 3 lots of leaves all done. So let's pop that white. We'll get that out of the way. So now that I have all my stamped images die cut out, we can now assemble this and get a little bit more action happening in this card. So as I said, it doesn't matter that I misstamped those because I'm actually going to pop these over the top to give like a 3D look. So I'm going to glue that to the Pretty Peacock layer first. You're home from holidays. Where have you been, Merlene? Where did you go away to? 8 o'clock in the morning, Regina. Okay. All right. So, well, that's not too bad. You're probably just up having your morning coffee. All right. So we're going to do that. Then, of course, we're going to pop these up. And as I said, I don't think I'm going to use all the leaves, but we may pop some of the leaves up. So when I pop it up, it just takes it to a different level. And I don't actually want them to be even. I want the flowers underneath to sort of pop out a little bit, like we've got a couple of layers of flowers. So I'm probably going to, there. See how we can do that? So we're getting, it's like a multi-level flower. Just by, honestly, oh, you went to Caloundra, Merlene. Okay. Was it lovely weather up there? Was it hot? We've had some very hot weather. Okay, so then this one here, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to straddle it a little bit so that you get some of those petals coming in from behind. Okay, now we're going to take that a strip of paper again, and we're going to stamp the welcome. I'll work out what leaves I'm going to do in a little bit. So let's do the welcome again. So I'll bring in that pierce mat. And we will grab our welcome stamp and we will do it in Berry Burst. And then because we've actually used a Pretty Peacock layer for our contrast layer, so we've got welcome, I'm then going to grab one of those little pieces. I'm going to do to the team, I'm actually going to do in Pretty Peacock. Now, I'm not going to clean this stamp off because Pretty Peacock is darker, so it's not going to contaminate my ink pad. So I'm just going to do to our team. There, like that. Okay, so we have that. All right. Now, I will trim those again. So we will trim that one just like that. We'll trim that one just like that. Okay. Now this time, I think to cover up my boo-boo there, I'm going to pop them down here. So I'm just going to pop that up with dimensionals again. You love this stamp set, Regina? I know. It's lovely. Hey, Denny. My daughter's on here, everyone. All right, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to, once again, use the edge of our dimensionals. And we will pop up to our team. Okay. We are going to do, I think I'm still going to pop it over there, I think. Okay, so just like that. All right, let's get that out of the way. So now we can actually pop a leaf in under here. I might just pop a leaf in there coming in. I might pop it up actually. So we'll just use one of the leaves. Okay, and we'll just pop it up down under there. Okay, so we've got that. All right, so we've got our insert that we're going to grab. So I'm just going to grab that white insert. And once again, we're going to stamp inside again so that we bring the front of the card to the inside of the card. We will grab our Parakeet Party. green and ink that up. We will grab our berry burst and do our flower like so. And then, of course, once again, the spritzing, which will just take that stark white look off it. When you actually look at it now without the spritzing, you can see it looks very vibrant and white. Where you can see this one, it tones the white down as soon as you spritz that color. So let's add the front layer on. So they're like that. And are you saying that why am I not using bows? Okay, so we'll pop that on the inside. So as I said, once again, we're going to do a little bit of spritzing again. So we're going to grab our Stampin' Right marker with the brush tip end and spritz a little bit on the inside. And then also spritz a little bit on the front. Okay, so it takes that stark white look off it. Also, we're going to use our Ink of Stella. We'll add a little bit of spritzing of that on the front and a little bit on the inside. So it's given me a lot of room to be able to write on the inside. And then, of course, with our embellishments, we're going to take some of those silver ones with our Take Your Pick tool. And we will pop one there, one maybe there, and one maybe just down there. And to make you all happy, we'll pop a ribbon on. We need a bow. Who doesn't need a bow? Okay, so they're like that. Okay. Oh, I think I'm going to pop it there. Okay, so just with a glue dot, I'll just pop it on above that sentiment layer there. Okay, so just there like that. And there you have card number 2. Okay, so you can see here, basic, popped up with some more layers. Okay, now I'm going to take it to one level higher. Okay, one level more because we can. All right, so let's pop them over there. All right, let's still do a berry burst layer because I love the berry burst. Okay, so do we want to do Pretty Peacock this time or do we want to do Parakeet Party? Type into the comments and let me know. Pretty Peacock or Parakeet Party while I try and find, there's my bone folder. What layer do we want to have underneath? This one or this one? So we'll see whichever one gets to 5 first will be the one that we end up using. I'll cut it while I'm waiting for you to type in the comments. Okay, we have Peacock, Parakeet Party, Party Please, Pretty Peacock. So we're even at the moment, 2 and 2. Which green, Regina? Parakeet Party or Pretty Peacock? Parakeet Party or Pretty Peacock? So we're even at the moment. It's 2 each. Type it in the comments. Which one would you like me to use? While that's happening, I will grab an embossing folder because we're going to add a little bit more to this card and step it up even further. Okay, Parakeet Party. The left, so Parakeet Party. That means Parakeet Party's at 4 and Pretty Peacock's at 2. Okay. Looks like Parakeet Party might end up winning it. All right. So while I'm waiting, Regina's saying yes. All right. So I've got our what is this one? Distressed tile. Is that what it is? Distressed tile. Anyway, I'm going to emboss a layer. Now, the difference with embossing is that we use a different combination. So when you actually bring your cut and emboss in, it's a different combination. So we have, this is a 3D embossing folder. So for 3D embossing folders, it tells us on plate number 1. With 3D embossing folders, we use plate number 4 and plate number 1. So plate number 1 is our base plate. We have our paper in our embossing folder ready to go. And then we need our plate number 4, which is our grey, charcoal grey embossing plate. So this one's number 4, okay? Now you always put your fold going through first. You never ever wind your embossing folders backwards and forwards. You wind them through with the fold going through the embossing, through the machine first, and you only do it one way, okay? So that's going to go one way, and we are going to get a gorgeous pattern on this cardstock. So let's move that out of the way. And then you will see we have a gorgeous pattern on the cardstock. So it's like a pattern on material. So it's called dry embossing, and it gives you a gorgeous pattern, like a pattern on material. All right, so I'm actually going to pop that on there. Now, the next thing what we need to do is, because we've got that, we need to stamp some images. So I'm actually going to stamp some flowers now and some leaves, and we're going to drum up this card and do a more avid version card. So let's bring in our piece mat again. I'm going to bring in Berry Burst, and I want to show you something that you can do with these flowers to get a really different look as far as the colouring of your flowers, because you can change it up a little bit using some sponge daubers. So when I'm just going to clean this off, I'm going to use some different inks here. So I'm actually going to grab Bubble Bath, and I'm going to use Bubble Bath ink first, and then I'm going to get a sponge dauber, and I'm going to use some Berry Burst around the outside. Let me see what colour that is. Yep, that one will do. Okay, so I'm going to ink up with our Bubble Bath. Ink up with Bubble Bath. I'm then going to grab Berry Burst, or you could even do Blackberry Bliss if you wanted to. But I'm going to do Berry Burst, and I'm going to use a sponge dauber. I'm going to add some just in the middle of that flower there. And then I'm just going to add some just right around the very tips of that flower. So just around the outside tips of the flower. Now this is going to give us a totally different variegated look. So let's huff on that to moisten it up again. And then let's stamp that down, and let's see a gorgeous flower that we get. So can you see we've got a totally different look to what we've been doing. So if I ink up again and just do the Berry Burst flower, that's the straight Berry Burst flower, and this is the one with the Bubble Bath. So let's do it a little bit more obvious than what we just did. So let's clean that off again, and I'm going to do it a little bit more obvious than that one again. So let's ink up with our Bubble Bath, and then let's grab Blackberry Bliss, and let's do it with the Blackberry Bliss. And you can type into the comments and tell me which one you really, really like the most. So right around just the tips, and then we're going to huff on that again, and then we are going to stamp down here. I think I've got enough room. Stamp down here. Okay, look at that. So can you see? You can get so many different colours by just using sponge daubers and a different contrasting colour. So because we've used the Bubble Bath, it's quite light. This one, because we've used the Blackberry Bliss, it's a lot darker. It's not as obvious as what this one is. And this one here is just the straight colour. So a really, really great way of getting a different variegated look. So now that we've done that, let's ink up. There's a beautiful leaf image in this set, which I think is absolutely stunning. And using that with our, let me grab the large leaf. Okay, so it's this one here I want to use. So this one is a large leaf that's got, it's sort of like a multiple leaf type of thing. So I'm going to ink that. I'm going to put that on a block. I'm going to ink that one up. And I can only just fit it on that block. Just. Okay. So I'm going to ink that one up in Parakeet Party, but then I'm going to grab a sponge dauber and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with our Pretty Peacock. So we're going to ink up with our Parakeet Party like that. Then, of course, with our Pretty Peacock, we're going to add some colour to the stem and to the bottom parts of our leaves. So the just carefully bottom parts of our leaves. Okay, so let's grab another piece of white cardstock and let's huff on that and let's stamp that down. Okay, let's stamp it up here because I want to show you what it's like if we only do, look at that. Now, isn't that just stunning? Look at the variegation in that. So it gives like a really, like exactly what it says, translucent look. It gives like a look that you can really like, looks like you're looking through the actual leaves. Now, I want to show you what those leaves look like if I just do it in the Parakeet Party and not with the Pretty Peacock. So let's ink that up and I'm just going to stamp it right there like that. Okay, so there you go. There's the difference in having that variegation and just having the strain. Regina's going, oh my God, perfect. So that's the difference in doing that different type of colouring. Now, the other thing that we can do that can take it to a whole new level as well is we can use our Wink of Stella and we can actually move some of that colour around and we can add some shimmer and shine and move a bit of that colour around and make our leaves beautiful and shimmery. Okay, and we can even do the same thing on our flowers. So we can move some of that colour around on our flowers and it spreads the colour a little bit. The best thing to do is do this. You can see here in this one, you can see that it's really spreading the colour around. So the best thing to do is when you first stamp is to be able to spread this colour around. The longer that you leave your stamp to dry, the harder it is to move that colour around. But some colours move better than others. But you can see there that that just really adds some shimmer and shine to those gorgeous flowers. And then you just wipe your Wink of Stella off and it goes back to clear again. So, all right, so let's bring in some dies and let's cut those out. So we'll bring in our cut and emboss machine again. Okay, so number 1 plate, number 2 plate, 1 number 3 plate, and then our cardstock lays down. Then, of course, we grab our die that matches, which is that big one there. And we'll cut out, might cut out that flower there. That one. So just put a cutting pad on top, run it through. Okay. So we have 1 flower cut out. I'll cut out the whole 3. We'll make our decision of what we're going to use when we get to put the card together. We might use 1 on the inside. Okay, so that, we'll run it through. Okay, and our third one. Oh. Okay. There, like that. And I mean, I may as well cut out the 2 lots of leaves because I might use one on another project, or I might use the 2 on this one. You never know. Let's pop that back in there. Okay. We'll grab those leaves. Okay, so like that. One lot of leaves. And the second lot. Now this set of leaves, it has 2 little dots here, and it's to get that fine stem in those 2 little dots. If you can see your stamping in the 2 little dots, you've got it lined up properly. Very hard for me to see that here on video because I can't get my head right across over the top of it because you would see my hair in the video. There we go. Okay, so we've got those cut out. Now, I think the vote was Parakeet Party, wasn't it, when it came to what layer we were going to have? So I'm assuming we're going to do the Parakeet Party. So let's pop this layer on top. Now, when you've got an embossed layer, be very, very careful with using your Seal Plus or your Seal because the fibers are broken down already in this cardstock, and you'll find that it will try to pull up the cardstock and tear your cardstock. So I always suggest to use probably liquid glue in that instance. Okay, now I'm going to blow you away again because I have this gorgeous ribbon here, which is stunning, but I want a different color for my project. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take my Berry Burst Stampin' Right marker. So I've got my dark Berry Burst, and I'm going to color this gorgeous sheer ribbon so that it will actually match my project. So I've got the brush tip end, and I'm just going to color it. Now, you are going to see this and you're going to say, why did I not think of that before? So just get a scrap piece of paper and physically color this gorgeous ribbon, and you are going to get Berry Burst ribbon. It is absolutely stunning. I'm just going to do a little bit more because I probably want to, and this is permanent ink. So our Stampin' Right, our blends markers are permanent ink, so it won't rub off. So it's good. They're like, if you can imagine Sharpie pens, that's what the blends do. Okay, so we have colored our ribbon, and we now have Berry Burst ribbon to go with our card. All right, so first of all, I want to pop a little bit of ribbon going around because I want to layer all these flowers up. Let me see, I might use that one. And that, and maybe one popped up there. Okay, so I might use the whole lot. All right, so I want to pop a little bit of ribbon coming through under here. So let's grab some Seal Plus, and we'll pop some Seal Plus on the back there down the bottom so that we can adhere our ribbon into it. There and there. Okay, let's grab this colored ribbon that we've got. But look at that ribbon. Look how gorgeous it is. And look at the color of it. So we have created a ribbon that's going to match our project. So we've got that. Okay. We are going to adhere that down onto our card base. Okay. and pop that there. Now I could even sponge that embossed layer to get a little bit, for it to show up a little bit more. I could actually, you know what? I'm going to use, I've got some Parakeet Party, I think, on in here. I do. I'm going to do a bit of Parakeet Party just in the background, just to bring up that embossed layer a little bit more. Okay. So we're just going to have a little glow of Parakeet Party in behind. Okay. Hello, Lorraine from Vancouver. Welcome. All right, so now we're going to adhere these on. So I'm actually just going to use some Seal Plus on the back of these, because I'm going to adhere them straight down. So I want that one there. I want this one here. Okay, now these ones here I'm probably going to pop up, but this one here I'm probably going to adhere straight down, and I want that one probably up in there. This one here I'm going to pop up over there, or down there. No, I'm going to pop it up over there. All right, so we're going to go over to here. And then, of course, this one we're going to pop up over on the other side. Now, we still have to stamp our welcome to our team. So we'll pop that one. And I like to just every now and then just pop a little leaf up, so it looks like the leaf is protruding over the top. All right, let's grab that white cardstock out again. I was actually going to use our deckled rectangles, but I didn't end up doing it. Now I can even pop some of these leaves in behind here as well, and that will add a little bit more to it, which I am going to do that. So let's just pop some of them in, because we're going for an avid card. This is for crafters that are absolutely loving all of their products, and we'll pop that one in there. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to stamp our welcome to our team. So we will grab our pierce mat again. And I think for this one, I'm actually going to do, the welcome in the Berry Burst again, but I think I'm going to do the, to our team in Pretty Peacock, because it just stands out a little bit more. So let's do the welcome. So we have welcome. Okay, so we have welcome. All right, now we have here for the little one here for our team, we're going to do in Pretty Peacock. To our team. Like so. All right, we're going to trim that one off. And there's our sentiments ready to go. Of course, we still need our pierce mat because we need to do our insert. So let's grab a piece for our insert. Now, I'm just going to do a little bit of difference here. Let's add a little bit of that Parakeet Party in behind there. Then, of course, we're going to grab our stem. We're going to ink up that stem like so. We're going to ink up our, I've got Melon Mambo here. I don't know why I've got Melon Mambo. I haven't got Berry Burst. Somehow Melon Mambo, well, that's because it's out to do a video tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to ink up with Berry Burst, and I'm going to stamp down there. Okay. Now we're just going to assemble. Get those all out of the way. Move that. Okay. So let's adhere our insert in. I was going to say I've lost my liquid glue, but I've put it in the drawer in a safe spot. Okay, so we're just going to go like that. So as you can see, if you absolutely have fallen in love with this, you may want to register for our stamp camp. Just saying, it's going to be a great fun. If you think these are avid cards, you wait until you see what we do in stamp camp. All right, so we've got that. We're going to spritz again on the front with a little bit of berry burst. Okay, we're going to pop our sentiment up on dimensionals. Hey Suzanne, how you going? And we'll do the welcome here. We'll do to our team, can go down along the bottom. I've got to work this out. I'm looking, where do I want to put it? I think I'm going to put it down there, and then I'm going to put a bow here. Okay, because we all know I need my bow. All right, I'm going to pop that one to there. And then, of course, we've got the leftover coloured bit. So let's do a bow with that leftover coloured ribbon. Don't you just love that ribbon coloured? How gorgeous is that? Oh, stunning. What do you think? All right, so let's glue that on with a glue dot. Now, this sheer ribbon is really, really good. When you use the glue dots, it goes straight through the sheer ribbon and it adheres to your cardstock, which is really, really awesome. Normally, I wouldn't do that with a bow because it would bounce around, but because it's the sheer ribbon, it's glued straight through onto that layer, which is really, really good. All right, so let's change these up a little bit too. Let's see what we can do with these. Okay, let's give a little bit of color to these. So we've got a little bit of berry burst on those. And one there. One, or I think in there. And another one, I think, is down over there. There you go. Card number 3. So a more avid look compared to 1 and 2. So I'll bring those 3 cards back in. So this is our simple, easy one. So the more simple stamping. This is our stepped up one that we've just added some 3D. We've stamped the flowers twice and die cut them out and popped them up. And then, of course, we've got our avid one where we've coloured our ribbon, we've coloured our gems. We've also popped up and done a lot more die cutting and also done that variegation with the colouring with the flowers. So there you have it. So hopefully you have enjoyed my crafty session today, and it's been super awesome to be back crafting with you once again. Don't forget, we have an awesome joining special. So if you're interested or you think you might be interested in purchasing craft products, the best way to purchase is by popping them into a starter kit. You get so much more for your money. You get 20% discount guaranteed until April next year. You can choose to take the 35% reduction on the price of the starter kit, or you can get 35% more product in your starter kit. Now, it's to celebrate 35 years of Stampin' Up being in business. So we are a global company. We are worldwide, and it is really, really awesome to be a part of something special and to be hanging out with crafty people. So once again, my name is Donna Gray, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the Scenic Rim in Queensland, and I love sharing my love of crafting with you all. I don't know when I'm going to be live again because we will be building the craft studio once again next week sometime. So when I get a more definite idea of when the craft studio is actually, when the building's going to happen, I will try and organize a live video around that. So I apologize for being missing in action, but I can't build craft studios and craft and do live videos all at the same time. I wish I could. I wish there was like 10 of me and I could split myself around. So if you loved what I did today, please give me the thumbs up, and thank you very much for hanging out with me and crafting with me this afternoon. If you need any supplies whatsoever, you can use my shop link, which is in the show more box down below or in the description of this video over on Facebook. Give me the thumbs up. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And happy crafting, everyone, and have a lovely weekend. And I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.